Bank Park in 2010, they captured the smiles of a sellout crowd every single game. Things started in rewarding fashion, raising another side of the current levels of success, and an all-time favorite became a permanent fixture in Phillies history. The dramatics were aplenty, including 8 walk-off wins, and none more dramatic than a week ago today. The final regular season home game has arrived with the potential of a final toast. What began as a victory on April 12th against the Washington Nationals will finish up this afternoon here at Citizens Bank Park, the final home game of the 2010 regular season and the final game in this 3-game series against the New York Mets. And a little history for the Phillies. With a win today and a loss by the Atlanta Braves, the Phillies will clinch their 4th consecutive National League East title. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Gary Matthews. Wheels will be along in just a little bit. Well, there's no doubt the Phillies have had a home field advantage ever since this great ballpark opened. But this year, Sarge, they've taken it to a whole new level.
Yeah, well, they play great in this stadium, and they should. Getting these sellout crowds makes you play a lot better, and I tell you, the Fighting Phils have done just that. Take a look here at the graphic, 54 and 29 there. That average could be up a little higher, but it doesn't matter there. That's what you have to look at is the wins and loss. That ERA, Tom, has been great.
Everybody talks about this ballpark as you give up home runs in this ballpark, but how about that earned run average? 3.45 for the Phillies pitching staff. Well, one guy who has certainly kept the ball in the yard and has certainly piled up the victories of late is Cole Hamels, and he'll go this afternoon.
Well, lights out, Cole Hamels there. He's been pitching extremely well, and I got to tell you, when you take a look at the highlights, you'll see exactly what I mean. His demeanor on the mound is just off the charts there, in and out with ground balls. I tell you, he's not afraid to go out there and challenge the hitters. It's been, for me, the difference for him this year. Keeps the ball out of the zone, stays ahead of the hitters. That's what you want to do. That cutter has been extremely well for him this year. That's that new pitch that he actually picked up. Change-up, again, has been just off the charts there. And, again, his demeanor has been great. Take a look at that record. Tom, 5-0, and look at the ERA, 0.49.
37 strikeouts and 36 2/3 for Cole Hamels. He has the lowest earned run average in the National League since the All-Star break. He has been outstanding for the Phils. So he'll be on the mound this afternoon, and the Phillies will have all eyes on the scoreboard. The Braves and the Nationals get underway the same time the Phils and the Mets get underway. It's Pat Mish for the New York Mets. Cole Hamels on the hill for the Phillies. And again, it's Fan Appreciation Day here at Citizens Bank Park. Another sold-out crowd. The lineups and first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light, the short side of a good time. Here we go. By Southwest Airlines. Want to see what a real airline is like? Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. By Toyota. It's the Now's the Time sales event at your Toyota dealer. Hurry, offer ends soon. By Xfinity. It's TV, phone, and internet reinvented from Comcast. By Citizens Bank, with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. And by Independence Blue Cross. We're here for you every step of the way. national anthem. It is Fan Appreciation Day here at Citizens Bank Park, and as is normally the case on Sundays, the youngsters, and today, well, some of the veteran fans out on the field, standing next to their favorite Philly. Look at Ryan Howard signing her jersey right there. And it went on around the diamond before the national anthem was performed here at Citizens Bank Park. Carlito, our friend Carlito Wheels, is out there, and he gets a chance to shake hands with Placido Polanco. Then Polly said, hey, listen, the national anthem's going on. You got to take that lid off. There it is, and Carlito obliged. And, oh, man, what a great day. Another sold-out crowd, more than 3.5 million fans, really more than 3.6 million fans come out to the ballpark. Carlito's buddy out there, he didn't get the nod, but Carlito is representing the big hats out on the field in this afternoon's ball game. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at shortstop, Jose Reyes. Nick Evans, the left fielder, bats second. Carlos Beltran, the center fielder, hits third, followed by David Wright, the third baseman. Angel Pagada's in right, he'll bat fifth. Ike Davis hits sixth. Joaquin Arias makes his first start of the series at second base. Henry Blanco, the catcher, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is left-hander Pat Mish. And they will face lefty Cole Hamels, who has been arguably, Wheels, the best pitcher in baseball in the month of September.
He sure has been good, Tom. There's no doubt about it. The guy's had a tremendous season. Look at his numbers. Trying to go out here and win a game for the Phillies this afternoon, which would be a big part of everything. Left-handed hitters hitting just 195. And here's our Southwest Airlines scouting report on him. Career against the New York Mets, not so hot. In his last 5 starts, so overall he's 5-0. And his numbers against the Mets this year, 1 loss, are not good. But he's pitched very well against them. He was a victim of R.A. Dickey's one hitter. In fact, he got the only hit.
Yeah, he's 0-3 this year against the Mets, but an earned run average of 1.69. So the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball low. So we're underway here at Citizens Bank Park. Jose Reyes is 2 for 9 in this series, overall hitting .283. With 11 home runs and 52 RBIs. This is the first time in the series he's batting right-handed. His previous 9 at-bats have come from the left side of the plate. The Phillies took game 1. The Mets won game 2 last night, 5-2. And that just misses off the outside corner. Reyes missed some time a few weeks ago before the Phillies were up in New York, but he's been hot from the right side of the plate. And he pops it up. Behind first, Ryan Howard and Chase Utley are there, and Chase calls off Ryan in foul territory. What a way. Let's take a look, Wheels, at our keys to the game, brought to you by Nissan.
Well, it's Fan Appreciation Day. A lot of juice in the ballpark today. You can just feel it. Fans are really into this, know how important this game is, so it'll be really nice to win the last regular season home game. And Hamels hasn't beaten the Mets this year. I mentioned how good his numbers are, so why not today and get that magic number down to 1?
Well, it's the end of the model year, and Nissan's laying it all on the line. Nissan's bottom line sales event going on now. Here's Nick Evans, who's making his first start of the series. And he takes a fastball for a strike. Wheels mentioned that Hamels has not beaten the Mets this year. We mentioned he was 0-3. His last 2 starts, they came in back-to-back outings. The 7th of August and the 13th of August. He allowed 2 earned runs in 15 innings in those starts and lost both games 1-0.
1-0. 2 1-0 losses.
And it's 2-1 to Evans.
That's when you look at 0-3 against the New York Mets, and that is really misleading.
Evans has pinch hit twice in this series for New York. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. One earned run his last 25 1/3 here at Citizens Bank Park. All part of this great month of September. And a chopper left side. Polanco cuts it off. He has time. Throws over to first. 2 away.
Wind is blowing in here today, too. It's out of the northeast. You can feel how chilly it is. And it's a good day to be a pitcher, really, because the ball's in the air. As you see the flags right there, a lot of them are going to get knocked down.
Well, during the 2010 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. So far, $9,300 has been donated just from victories alone. And a few weeks ago, I'm not sure if anybody thought the Phillies would have 93 wins with a week left to go in the season.
How about 93 wins at the end of the season, the way the season was going?
That's true.
Let alone what you just said, Tom, which is just remarkable.
But this group has won 19 of 23 games here in September. And it's 2-1 to Carlos Beltran. They've battled through injuries to just about everybody, including Ryan Howard. Raul Ibanez and Jason Worth are the only guys that stayed healthy this year.
Well, Hamels is working fast, throwing fastball, cutter, changeup, and right around the plate with everything.
2-2 the count to Beltran. In the air on the right side, towering foul ball pop-up. Howard gives it a look. He has room, and he makes the catch using both hands. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Mets nothing, and the Phils coming up. Afternoon sold out crowd. Same lineup as yesterday. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Shane Victorino leads it off, followed by Placido Polanco and Chase Utley. Ryan Howard is the cleanup batter. Jason Worth hits fifth. Raul Ibanez bats sixth. In the bottom third of Carlos Ruiz. Wilson Valdez, who starts at shortstop for Jimmy Rollins again. And then Cole Hamels bats ninth. And they'll face left-hander Pat Mish, a 29-year-old from Northbrook, Illinois, who's making his second start this year, Wheels, against the Phils.
Yeah, they've seen him over the last couple seasons with Milwaukee at one time. And they've had pretty good success against him. You know, his numbers are not good. He's one of those guys that, you know, on paper you think he should be able to hit him and score some runs. But baseball being what it is, we'll see. And there's the Southwest Airlines scouting report on him. Doesn't throw real hard, uses a lot of change-ups. He'll cut the ball into the right-handed batters. And as a starter, there is his record with the 0-4 record, or the 0-4, and a 5.14 earned run average. A guy they have handled before, and hopefully will handle again today.
Well, he's made 5 relief appearances since his last start. As Shane Victorino leads it off and takes a fastball for a strike. He's basically starting today for Mike Pelfrey, who the Mets decided to push back to tomorrow. Pelfrey was supposed to pitch today, but they wanted to give him an extra day's rest. Victorino pops it up softly. It should be an easy play as long as it stays in play for David Wright, and it doesn't. Right off the tip of his glove and into the Mets dugout.
Mention how the wind is blowing in today, and that's what happened there. You could see what happened on the pop-up to Ryan Howard to end the first inning, top of the first, how it blew towards the stands. And David Wright has this all the way off the bat, and on many days here, it would have stayed fair by a lot, but it kept blowing towards the dugout, and he couldn't quite get to it.
So new life for Victorino.
Yeah, that'll give you an indication, Tom. You hit balls in the air today, high, towards the outfield, that, you know, they're going to get knocked down.
And a foul ball by Victorino, who is 6 for 30 on the homestand. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Ginny Rodriguez from here in Philadelphia. If the Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Ginny will win $100. And that ball hit Shane, so he's aboard to start the bottom of the first.
That's an example of what we're talking about with Mish. He will pitch inside, even though he doesn't throw hard. He'll come inside, he'll throw cutters inside, then he tries to get you out with changeups and off-speed stuff away, at least the right-handed hitters.
So Victorino, who scored 83 runs this year so far, is aboard. And that'll bring Placido Polanco to the plate. Polly is 7 for his last 33. And that's the last 8 games, hitting .212. He has scored 4 runs during that time and has an RBI. And a quick toss over. Victorino has stolen 34 bases. How about that? He's struggling, but he hasn't struck out in quite some time.
He does put the ball in play. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's 1 ball and no strikes.
Excuse me, Tom. Polanco's one of those guys who use some time off. And, you know, they hope they get Jimmy Rollins back. He's not ready to go today, and that was a master plan to get him back and let Valdez play some third and give Polanco some time off. And best laid plans, not there yet.
Charlie began his post-game press conference last night talking about the game, but then started to talk about Jimmy Rollins and said that Jimmy was just a little too sore yesterday and was probably as sore today, so they decided to give it another day or 2. And they're just not taking any chances. They don't want him to go out there to aggravate it, and then he'd be shut down for the rest of the year, including the postseason. And Polanco shows bunt, and it's 3-0. Speaking of the postseason, apparently with the Giants' loss last night, the Phillies have qualified for at least a wild card playoff game. If they win today, the minimum they would be is the wild card representative in the National League. But they're looking for a whole lot more. Their magic number at 2.
Yeah, they want to come out with some intensity today, too, and get after it. Because last night, they won 11 games in a row. They played a lot of tough games. There's Ryan Howard hit a homer in the first inning, but they were dead last night. And you have to give Dylan G some credit, too. I think he pitched really well, changed speeds, and, you know, they didn't have good at-bats.
3-1 the count to Polanco. Little chopper toward shortstop. Reyes has it, bobbles. He has only 1 play and just gets Polanco. Victorino's speed caused Reyes to try to rush a little bit. He never had the grasp on it.
Reyes was really trying to hurry, as Tom says, because of the speed of Victorino, to try and catch us and flip it to second real fast. You see, that's what he tried to do. Then he really got fortunate. It came right back up to him. Look at how he throws this ball. Now, see, you don't teach that. You really can't take a baseball and throw it from that angle.
With that velocity.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way. You know, just try it. And it can't happen.
Oh, with the runner in scoring position, here's Chase, who's riding a 7-game hitting streak. He's 2 for 7 in the series, and he takes a fastball for strike 1. Chase with 24 consecutive games aboard, which is second only to Michael Bourne among active streaks. Jason Hayward of the Braves had a long one going when the Braves were here in town.
Well, most guys put that together with hits and walks. He puts it together with hits, walks, and hit batter.
And he's been hit by 7 pitches here in September.
Yeah, that'll add to your streak.
Fastball for strike 2.
This is painting pretty well right now to Chase Utley with fastballs away.
The leader in the average with runners in scoring position has changed an awful lot as the season has gone on. There have been a handful of different players that have enjoyed the top spot. Chase enjoys it right now. Carlos Ruiz, Wilson Valdez, Shane Victorino. Jimmy Rollins has led the way.
Guy's arm angle, the way he approaches hitters, I think he's just more comfortable throwing away to left-handed hitters and into right-handed hitters. Some guys are just like that. Works on the third base side of the rubber. You notice everything right now to Utley's away. And to the right-handed hitters, for the most part, it was in.
Nice play by Blanco. But it's 3-2.
Got away from fastball there, went to a breaking ball.
Ryan Howard swings the weighted armor on deck.
You said, Tom, that's a really nice play by Blanco. Catcher anticipating a breaking ball in the dirt that'll bounce back towards him, and he just blocks it.
3-2 the count to Chase. And ball forward. The Phillies have 2 aboard here in the first. It's a good at bat by Chase Utley. Mish kept on working the outside part of the plate.
Just you watch his arm angle, the way he throws across his body. He just looks comfortable doing that. Here's a fastball from Dylan G. First inning he was struggling a little bit, but he made some good pitches to Ryan with off-speed stuff, then tried to sneak one by him. And that was their last hurrah. 2 runs with 2 outs in the first inning, and that's it.
Ryan just 1 for 9 against Mish. Overall with 31 home runs, 106 RBIs. Ryan has 21 RBIs here in the month of September. The leader in that category is Troy Tulowitzki, who has 40 RBIs here in September. And the month's not even done.
Well, he had a big game last night. You know, he tied the game with a 2-run double off Wilson, and then he won it in extra innings with a, I guess they scored that a double. I don't know. The ball that was hit the left field looked like a single. Gonzalez scored all the way from first.
On the hands, a looper to left. Nick Evans will get there. And 2 outs.
And there's one of the first pitches he's thrown inside to a left-handed hitter. And, you know, Ryan looked like he was geared to hit the pitch away. He kind of made a mistake with it. You see where Blanco was set up. It was supposed to be fastball away, and he wound up throwing a perfect fastball in and jammed him.
Well, that'll bring Jason to the plate with runners on first and second. Or is that Jason Worth? I'm not sure. That must have taken some time, Wills.
Really?
A ground to the third. Wright backs up on it, which seems to be his reputation lately. And he gets the out at second. For the Phils, no runs, no hits. 2 men left here in the first. We go to the second, the scoreless game. Phillies.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source. Shop the Phillies.com shop. David Wright leads it off here in the top of the second. And a swing and a miss and a changeup. Wright is 2 for 8 in the series. A run scored and a double for the Mets. In the air to left field. Well, the Mets are going to take the lead. That ball is hit well, and it is gone. That was a cutter that just didn't cut all the way in. The 26th home run of the season for Wright. And it's 1-zip New York. '25th home run allowed by Cole this year. That was a long one.
Yeah, he hit the heck out of that ball. 20 home runs allowed to right-handed batters. Here it is, as Tom said, it was a cutter, and what it did really was cut back towards the middle of the plate as opposed to in on him where they probably wanted to have it, and David Wright didn't miss it.
Well, here comes Angel Pagan, and he swings at a high fastball, and it's 0-1.
That was a home run at Citi Field.
Pagan has 2 hits and 7 at-bats so far in the series. He has scored 3 runs, though. He's batting down in the order, batting 6th, to try to provide a little more pop. When he's batting in the 2-hole, a lot of times you'll see him try to bunt his way on. He has 11 bunt hits this season.
He's a speed guy. Well, he's a speed guy. This guy's a good player now that he's learned to play the game a little bit. They said he really didn't know how to play. And, you know, he's settled down now, and the Mets have a good player on their hands. They're those bunt hits that Tom was talking about.
Over to third, and Polanco backs up on it and throws him out. Well, prior to the ball game today, there were a lot of activities going on, and here's Catherine Greco of Philadelphia. She's the grand prize winner in AutoTrader.com's search for the #1 Phillies fan contest. And she was selected the #1 Phillies fan. She won an online contest at Phillies.com by posting a photo and submitting an essay to illustrate and highlight why she is the Phillies' biggest fan. So congratulations to Catherine, and that was a pretty good one-hop toss that she had there.
It was right on target. It was a one-hop strike. Fielded nicely by the furry green
thing.
Yeah. Our buddy.
2-0 the count to Ike Davis.
He was imitating Sarge's walk last night. That was a good one. Fanatic can really mimic, and that was funny. He almost had it down as good as you.
Swing and a miss. Great reaction from the crowd because the score has just changed out in Washington. The Nationals have taken a 1-0 lead over Brandon Beachy and the Braves.
Yeah, not that anybody's watching the scoreboard here.
No. They're keeping an eye. It's the numero uno score on the board today. On the outside corner, 2-2 to Davis. Mike Morse had an RBI single that scored Niger Morgan. And the Nationals are still threatening. They have runners on first and second with 2 outs.
And Mets had first, or Braves had first and third in the first inning. Didn't get anything.
To left field. That'll hang up there for Ibanez. 2 outs. Ryan McCann lined it to a double play in that first, which was beneficial for Livan Hernandez and the Phillies. So yes, let's go Phillies and let's go Nationals, at least for one day.
Livan Hernandez pitched a great game against the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta. Got them off on a little bit of a slide, even though they went into New York and won games, and they came here and lost. So they get him again today. And Phillies didn't get Livan last week, and obviously they will not get him this week.
Here's Joaquin Arias. Mets acquired Arias from the Texas Rangers in the Jeff Rancourt deal. And he hits one to right center field. That's pretty well hit. Victorino's over. He's not going to get there. He plays it on a hop. The throw cut off by Utley, and no chance to get Arias, who runs well. And he has his first double in a Mets uniform. That was a high pitch.
Kind of tomahawk that it looked like. Yeah, it's a high fastball, and he just got on top of it and hit it well. It was cut off nicely there by Shane, but he's way too far out to be able to get him. Now they're going to walk Blanco here and go after the pitcher.
So an intentional walk to Henry Blanco. And with 2 on and 2 outs, Cole Hamels will deal with the pitcher for the Mets, Pat Mish. Blanco's just a .219 hitter.
I just don't want to give up a cheap run here, obviously, what Charlie Manuel is doing, figuring left. You know, he doesn't necessarily want them to turn their order over. No manager does. But in this case, he's just decided, I'm not going to give up a 2-out run to the 8-hole hitter when I have the pitcher on deck with 2 outs.
Mish is 1 for 4. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. And he hits that one foul over the Mets dugout now to play.
Ball had a chance to hit him.
Changeup, and it's 0-2.
This guy is aggressive.
Sure is.
Man, is he taking some hacks.
Hamels has won 5 consecutive decisions. He's 5-0. His earned run average during that time 0.68. And he's trying to make it 6 in a row, but he's trailing at 1-0 here in the second, and the count is 2-2 to Pat Mish. And a swing and a miss, and the side is retired. So Hamels leaves a couple. He gives up a home run to David Wright, his 26th of the year. And this home run gives the Mets a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. What happens when a childhood buddy becomes Hollywood royalty? Well, that's how you become part of an entourage. Check out Jeremy Piven in the acclaimed HBO comedy Entourage. Weeknights at 11:30 right here on MyPHL 17. Last of the second. Sold out crowd here on Fan Appreciation Day. More than 3.6 million fans have come to ball games this year. This is the 123rd consecutive sellout. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what a great tribute to the fans in this city. The way they have embraced this team, and everybody around here really appreciates it.
How about before the ball game? You know, every once in a while the Phillies players will have one of their own say a few words to the crowd. You know, thank them for a great year. Sometimes Charlie Manuel does it. Today it was Carlos Ruiz.
Talk about a man of few words.
That's right. But they liked it.
He threw out a numero uno. That was good.
He was all decked out in his catcher's equipment. He looked like his the standing up version of his bobblehead. Yeah. There it is.
Yes, I want to say one word. We love your fans. Thank you.
All dressed and ready to go to work.
He's great. What a nice man. And has become a rather popular figure in this town.
Good for him.
He deserves it.
He already was a popular figure in his home country of Panama. He was up there with Carlos Lee and Mariano Rivera.
To know that guy and have a chance to meet him is to like him. And he's just real. There's nothing phony about him.
Well, he's waiting for his chance as Ibanez has the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Raul chops it foul up the first base line. Raul's numbers overall have been climbing here in September, 272 average, but so have his numbers against lefties. He's now hitting 253 against lefties, and those numbers were down, much like his overall numbers. And that one is crushed. Straightaway center field. Beltran's going back, and because of the wind, he's going to have room. And he makes the catch.
Yep, that ball is way out on a normal day here. And it got knocked down. That's a good sign, though. Talking about hitting left-handers, and he got a fastball, came middle into him, and he was all over that. And it doesn't even come close to going out because of the wind.
So 1 gone. Here's Carlos. There's the breeze.
Straight in.
Temperature 67 degrees at game time. It rained before the ball game. And that wind is supposed to pick up as the day goes on. Might have some showers here and there. But according to all reports, this game should be played without any interruption. 1-1 the count to Carlos.
Yeah, we're good today. Tonight could be a little bit of rain in the area tonight at some point, but fine today.
Carlos was a little out in front of that one.
Slightly.
Hit it up to the arcade level, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's another example of how Mish likes to pitch inside to right-handed hitters and away to left-handed hitters.
Carlos is one of a handful of guys in the Phillies lineup hitting over 300 here in September. He's at 318, but he went, according to the home plate umpire, Mike Winters. And there are 2 outs. First strikeout for Mish.
Here to be a changeup. Yeah, I've seen the way he gripped it, and it went down pretty well too, and he couldn't hold on. You see him really choke that thing in the back of his hand as he went to throw it. And that's the way he throws his changeup. Kind of looked like a circle change.
2 outs, and Wilson Valdez, who gets a chance to play shortstop again. 15 consecutive games for Wilson in place of Jimmy Rollins. Wilson last year played for the Mets. In fact, if you talk to a lot of their folks, they'll tell you that he was one of their best infielders last year. As Arias scoops that one up around the bag. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils here in the second. So we've completed 2 here on Fan Appreciation Day. We go to the third, and the Mets lead it 1-0. NYNatPhi.com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Wheels, the question is, what Mets player set a team record for not being caught stealing the entire 1988 season?
I think I am a Mets expert.
Well, the Phillies are playing the Mets.
I know.
The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. I will tell you that there's no correlation to anybody that's here in this ballpark right now to the answer.
I thought of that right away and ruled it out.
Leadoff single for Reyes here in the 3rd. And Nick Evans will be the hitter. Evans grounded to 3rd his first time up. So he's 0 for 1.
Reyes is strange. Last night he was on, showed no signs of running, and then got picked off. And you know, when he's playing his best baseball, and we've seen a lot of it over the years, he goes early in the count. He just runs because he's almost impossible to throw out. Let's see if he changes it up today.
First in triples, first in steals, and second in runs in Mets history. And a change up to Evans, low, 1 ball and no strikes. Another base hit, and Reyes will stop at second, and the Mets have runners on first and second with nobody out. The Majestic Clubhouse store at Citizens Bank Park is your one-stop shop for everything Phillies. Apparel, caps, novelties, DVDs, the Fanatic Attic, and much more. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6. And during all home games, make the Majestic Clubhouse store your year-round home for officials Phillies merchandise.
Reyes did a nice job there coming around second, faking going to third. He fooled Worth, and Worth threw over there and short hop Polanco with nobody backing up third. You know, it's one of those little things. Nothing happened on account of it, but it's a good play by Reyes. It could have caused a problem.
Well, now the Mets with 2 on and nobody out, with the meat of their order due up. Carlos Beltran is ahead 1-0. Reyes goes. The pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to third. He's a dead duck. No chance.
So that's the dumb stuff he does. You know, and drives him crazy, I would think, down there. You know, that's one of those you have to make it. Cannot make the first or third out at third base. Great job by Ruiz to fire around the hitter, Beltran. But with nobody out, just not a good play.
He didn't even get that good of a jump.
No, it's just... That's why if you were to have that guy on your team, he probably just really wears you out because he's so talented. He's so good. He can do many things better than anybody, I think, in the league. But yet he just does a lot of crazy things like that.
And now it's 1-2 to Beltran. And through the hole on the left side. That's why that play is such a big one right now, because Reyes would have scored on that single by Beltran. 3 straight hits for the Mets. And they again have runners up first and second.
Now here's the jump he gets. You know, he's just so fast that, you know, he can beat a lot of things when you make mistakes, but he wasn't able to beat that one. You see Carlos fire out behind, and the crowd's reaction lets you know he got him. Cole just made a really good pitch to Beltran there with a changeup. Got him to turn it over just the way he wanted, but he got through the hole.
10th time this year that Reyes has been caught trying to steal. So here's David Wright. He homered his last time up. And a fastball for strike 1. We're talking about Wright's success against lefties, and that'll be back into the seats. Back in 08 and 09, he just tore up left-handers, and he's done well again this year. But he has 2 aboard with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Over toward third. Could be two. Polanco to second for one. Utley over to first. Around the horn they go. A 5-4-3 double play. And Cole Hamels pitches himself out of a jam. Jose Reyes helped him along the way. And the side is retired. With two aboard and one out, it's the pitcher's best friend. They go around the horn. A very easy double play. For money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. By AT&T. Rethink possible. By Bud Light, the sure side of a good time. Here we go. And by Suzuki and the new Kizashi midsize sports sedan. Suzuki, the power of engineering. Cole Hamels leads it off here in the third. Phillies have had a couple base runners, but they don't have a hit yet. The Mets, meanwhile, a run on 5 hits against Hamels.
Yeah, the Phillies have gone scoreless now 10 straight innings. Scored in the first inning last night, haven't scored since, so they're due.
And it's 0-2 to Hamels. And the crowd reaction to that. Nigel Morgan, an RBI single. The Nationals lead the Braves 2-0.
They still haven't loaded with 1 out.
And Hamels is down on strikes. Second strikeout for Mish. 2 away. And let's see if the second time through, if the Phillies order can get something going against Pat Mish. Victorino was hit by a pitch his first time up and wound up being stranded at second. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Shane. Shane overall is batting .327 right-handed, as he told us the other night. We were mentioning it. It's his natural side. And he rips that one right past Sam Perlazo, and it's 2-1. Whenever Jimmy Rollins does wind up coming back, and the Phillies hope it's in the next couple of days because they could use him. Shane will remain in that leadoff spot, according to Charlie Manuel. He thought that was outside. Charlie likes, despite last night and the fact that they haven't scored these first 2 innings here, he likes the way this lineup is swinging right now. And a chopper to short. Should be an easy play for Reyes. Slow throw, dug out by Davis. And there are 2 outs. Well, today's Thirst Inning is brought to you by Budweiser. It's the official beer of the Thirst Inning. The final home game of the 2010 regular season It's your cool one now on a cool afternoon. And the Phillies are hoping they can celebrate. They need one more win here and a loss by the Braves. And the National League East crown is theirs for a 4th consecutive season.
That sounds good.
Sure does.
I never forget.
That's right. People always think about that time when Beltran said that the Mets were the team to beat. You know, he never said it with the same conviction that Jimmy Rollins said it, right? The same confidence. It was almost as if it was an afterthought. He just couldn't duplicate what Jimmy was trying to say. 2-2 the count. Fans are umpiring a little bit.
Some of us are into a double play for the Nats, huh?
Looks that way. I understand it was a potential sacrifice fly, but the runner from third was out at the plate.
Okay. Double play that way.
A line drive, base hit it to left field. The first hit of the day for the Phils. So Polanco's aboard. It's his 3rd hit of the series. And now Chase Utley, who walked his first time up. Mish is originally a San Francisco Giants pitcher. In fact, for his career as a starting pitcher, he's 3-12 with an ERA of 5.85. Now, he's never had the chance to be a consistent starting pitcher in the big leagues. But when he's been placed in that spot, he hasn't really performed all that well. But today, he's keeping the Phillies hitters off balance. He's allowed 1 hit through the first 3 innings. He leaves another one. He's left 3. So we played our first 3 here at Citizens Bank Park, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead into the 4th. For less than WB Mason with free next day delivery and in many locations free same day delivery. WB Mason is the one office supplier that really delivers. Who but WB Mason? Oh, we go to the 4th. It's a 1-0 game. The Mets lead it on a home run by David Wright. Fans young and old here at the ballpark using those rally towels. Compliments of the good folks at Winter Ford and Autotrader.com. Keep themselves, I guess, warm. There's not much sun to protect themselves from. Gary Matthews joins us here in the booth. And it's 1-0 to Angel Pagan. Sarge Cole hasn't been able to control the inside part of the plate as well today.
Yeah, got that ball out over the plate there just a little bit. Ball just didn't cut enough to Wright as he hit the ball out. Pretty good pitch. See how he kind of stares in. You can always tell when pitchers think they've made a good pitch.
52 pitches so far. And there's ball 4. He just walked Pagan on 4 pitches. Second walk issued by Cole.
That's why he didn't get that pitch called. He's asking where was that.
Yeah, he's not happy right now. This is the first time in a long time you've seen that kind of emotion. But Carlos, I think, is a little upset about it too, and he's letting Mike Winters know. Now Winters is telling them where the pitch was, but you know, the ball 3 looked like it was more a strike than ball 4.
I thought it was right down the middle. Yeah, he's been calling the ball. There's been a little bit up in the zone.
Oh, with nobody out, here's Ike Davis and a runner at first. And Davis hits one off the end of the bat, a floater into right center for a base hit. Pagan's on his way to third. Here's the throw by Jason Worth on one hop. It's late. And Pagan is there safely. So first and third here in the 4th.
Now those are the things that become frustrating for pitchers. That ball just off the end of the bat, but there were a couple of strikes though before that I thought he should have gotten. And watch this ball there, end of the bat. Davis staying back on that. Pagan taking a chance. Jason just not able to get enough on that ball.
Well, here's Arias. He doubled his first time up, and he's batting with runners on first and third. Phillies play for 2. And a nice play by Ruiz. Not only does he keep Pagan at third, but Davis at first.
Well, really could go for a strikeout in this situation, and then a double play ball.
Well, there's strike 1, and it's 1-1. Arias, a shortstop by trade, playing second base for the Mets today. Amazing. The Phillies and Mets have played, so many games since the 1st of August. I think Luis Castillo started one of those games.
Wow.
And he was their starting second baseman at the beginning of the year. 1-2 the count. Ooh, a little roller to the left of the mound. Hamels has it. Oh, he's got the Pagan caught between home and third. Pagan had a chance to score, and now the Phillies get one. Ooh, Davis was nearly doubled up. I think if Pagan kept on going to the plate, he may have been safe.
Well, it would have been a very close play, if not safe, as he actually went and didn't actually stop, getting high fives for getting into a rundown, I guess. But he's got to go there to keep out of that double play, but you got to read it. Pretty good play, though, by Hamels.
Yeah.
Shows you his athleticism, doing the right thing. See him coming right in and not able to get Davis as he gets down.
Well, looking at that replay, he would have been out at the plate.
Oh, yeah. Well, he made a good play, was turning around, but had the mind to not even throw it. Might have been a little tough throw going the other way.
Well, here's Blanco, who was walked intentionally his first time up. So Hamels has a chance here for a second straight inning to get out of it with a double play ball. He was able to get David Wright to bounce into a 5-4-3 double play with runners on first and second in the third. And now he's got first and third and one out with Blanco. And it's 2-0. First game in this series for Blanco. Josh Tolley caught the first 2. And it's 3-0. Bish is on deck. And ball 4. The bases are loaded. 3 walks for Cole. Since the 1st of August, this is only the 2nd time that Cole has walked 3 in a game.
Yeah, needs to get back, kind of gather himself a little bit, start making his pitches. Again, looking for a ground ball, preferably right back to him, if not a strikeout. Oh, he's going to take a pitch all the way. He'll take a strike in this situation. That's 5 balls there.
Two and oh the count.
Well, you know one thing. He's not going to get any help at all. So he might as well go on and throw that ball right down the middle.
Chip Hale told Pat Mish, they had a conference before his AB, told him to take a strike. And that's exactly what he's trying to do here. And Cole's falling behind 2-0.
Now just rushing a little bit and almost aiming the ball, if you will. Oh, he's the type of pitcher. Just got to go on and throw it. Trust your stuff to go on and throw a good quality strike. But he should be taking again just about all the way.
Crowd trying to get behind him. And a strike, it's 2-1. I think that cheer is more for Mike Winters than Paul Hamels.
Well, he's been pretty tight behind the plate, to say the least.
Swing and a miss, it's 2-2.
Don't think he'll even mess around with him. Throwing another fastball. Hopefully be able to put him away. Rally time's going.
Swing and a miss, and there's out number 2.
Whoa, good changeup.
Second strikeout for Cole. The Fanatic feels like he did his part. And here's Reyes now with the bases loaded.
Boy, look how this ball just fades out of the zone after 2 good fastballs. Best hitter would be out in front in that situation.
Reyes is 1 for 2. He popped out his first time up, singled in the 3rd. And a changeup. Oh, that's a curve.
That's right. Good pitch there. Curve ball. He'll throw that one 77, 79. Changeup usually around in the 80s.
Try to stick a fastball on the outside corner. That's his fastest fastball of the day. And Vance Worley is throwing in the pen.
You see he has some reserve. He can reach back and get a little bit more. Cole Hamels getting that fastball up to 94.
How good has Cole Hamels been? Well, since the 24th of August, he's pitched at least 7 innings in 5 of his 6 games. Little floater down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's a foul ball. Just out of the reach of Jason Worth. It's 2-2.
You're right. That ball would have been trouble. No one would have been able to catch that ball if it lands in fair territory. It's a big part of the game right now, even though it's just the 4th inning.
Rally towels are whirling. 2-2 the count to Reyes. It remains 2-2.
Now this is when it's a little difficult for that shortstop or the infielder to see the ball because the towels are all white. Preferably you'd like that ground ball as opposed to a line drive.
Back-to-back fastballs, and it remains 2-2. Now, if you're a hitter, Sarge, with the bases loaded, you just got 2 straight fastballs from a guy whose bread and butter is the change. What would you expect here?
Well, you're not going to want to look change up because you'll get the fastball right by you. You're still looking hard, but you're going to adjust.
Back toward the middle. Valdez is there. He has it. Flips to second. Not in time. And a run scores. I wasn't sure if Ryan Runge was going to do there. Davis crosses the plate. It's an infield single for Reyes. And it's 2-0 Mets.
Well, I tell you what, Valdez saves a run. Made a great play just to dive and stop that ball. No chance to get Reyes running to first base. He's too fast. Take a look at this as Henry Blanco comes in. He jams him on this. That ball is spinning as it goes up the middle. Not able to get it out of his glove. Blanco coming and does get down and looks like he's safe. Bounces off of that bag a little bit.
A little gas to Evans, and it's 0-1. Evans singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. This has been a tough inning for Cole. He's allowed a run, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs, but he's thrown a lot of pitches.
Yep.
Trying to get out of it with just 1 run scoring.
Looks like he's just kind of rushing a little bit on his pitches. Get out of this with a good pitch.
Tried the curve again, and it's inside, 2-2.
That's a good pitch. Not saying that that was a strike, but a good pitch there in terms of getting the hitter to maybe check swing or even swing over the top of it.
Little flare to right field. Here comes Jason Worth. He's not going to get there. He slips it. It goes right on by him. 2 runs have scored. Here comes Reyes. The throw to the plate by Victorino on 1 hop, and he is out at home plate. What a throw by Victorino to be there to back it up. It's his 11th outfield assist of the season, and he finally puts an end to the 4th inning. 3-run score. The Mets lead it 4-0. Ryan Howard will lead it off. Amazingly low office product prices. Buy your quality plus Ford stores and buy Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Oh, sold out crowd here at Fan Appreciation Day. Phillies with today's sellout. It'll be 123 straight. How about this play that ended the top of the 4th?
Well, that's why you need to always back up the play. Now, Jason comes in and slips a little bit. Now, here's right now Victorino coming in your picture. Look at this throw here. Right there on the money. And gets a little slide there tag as he slides by. Good play all the way around. Saves a run right there.
So it's 4-0 Mets as Howard pulls it into short right. And on the first pitch, he set aside 1 out. Well, Cole Hamels has not had his best stuff this afternoon.
Yeah,
he's given up 4 runs on 8 hits.
Yeah, and hasn't established where he can throw that strike to get a strike. Mike Winters has been pretty tight for me on him, both low and high. Thought there were some questionable pitches.
But still plenty of time.
Plenty of time there.
Jason Worth takes a changeup outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Jason ended the inning with a fielder's choice his last time up.
Yeah, Tom, this is a pitcher for me that they should be able to hit the ball hard and continually off of him. No, he doesn't have a real good fastball. Just needs to maybe take some pitches and 1 inning at a time, chip away here, there.
One ball and 2 strikes now to Jason. Sarge, how much does it help that the Phillies have been in this spot so many times before, whether it be clinching the National League East for the first time in 07, or winning the World Series, or winning the last couple of National League championships? I mean, how much does that help in a spot like this?
Well, I mean, it helps them where they're not going to panic. You know, and this has been what this club's been about almost from day one, that they just don't panic. Well, they believe in one another. They don't put the blame on anyone other than just themselves, not any individual.
And a base hit right off the mound for Jason Worth. A 1-out single, second hit of the day for the Phils. Hey, represent the organization in the community or on the field for the 2011 season by becoming a Phillies ball girl. Phillies right now are accepting DVDs highlighting the softball skills of young ladies in the area and why they should be considered to the Phillies. Citizens Bank Park, 1 Citizens Bank Way, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19148. Attention ball girl applicant. You must be 18 years old or older. Deadline for submissions is October 4th. Banya's hit the ball hard his first time up. Hit it toward the warning track in center. But he's 0 for 1.
He's not one of those intimidating left-handers because he doesn't throw as hard. He's been kind of keeping the ball up in the zone some, so it should work for the hitters a little bit more.
Raul looked like he had a pitch to hit right there, and he fouled it off.
See, and that's only 86, too. So, I mean, he did go out of the zone a little bit, but that's a very hittable pitch. Maybe get it down just a little bit.
Two and 2. Raul has driven in 40 runs since the All-Star break. What a turnaround he's had.
Boy, outside.
It's that one back toward the middle. Another base hit. Worth is on his way to third. He'll get there easily. And the Phillies have first and third with 1 out.
There's one of those plays, too, Tom, that as a runner, Jason, to give him credit for that. You don't need to coach on that. That ball hit right up the middle. He has the play right in front of him. And he just ran right on Beltran. Beltran's not going to take a chance to throw the ball to third. He wants to keep the double play in order. Stays on a breaking ball as he blasts it right up the middle. But watch how he looks right at him and then he takes off. Didn't even look at the coach. You don't need a coach in that particular instance. He plays right in front of him.
So 1 away, runners on first and third. The Phils making their first noise of the day. Carlos Ruiz struck out his first time up. And he takes a fastball, or changeup, I should say, for a strike. It's 0-1.
He swung at a changeup his last time, and this time he decided to take it. Got to get a run out of this situation.
Off the plate, foul up the third base line. Phillies had 2 runs on 5 hits in last night's ball game. And you see Carlos is right at the National League average, getting runners home from third with less than 2 outs.
Actually called for that high fastball, but it's 86. Again, Major League players should be able to catch up with 86. Important to really wait back, see a pitch that you can kind of drive. It doesn't have that explosive 90 plus.
Good play by Blanco, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carlos. Carlos on this homestand has struggled somewhat, but over the last 30 games, he's been one of the Phillies' best hitters with runners in scoring position. Hitting .357 over his last 50 games with runners in scoring position. That was a close pitch.
Yeah, that ball, though, cutting inside on him. Take a look at it, and this is when it gets really hairy. You see that ball just off the plate inside.
I think that's ball 3.
Yeah, you're right.
Mike Witters, the home plate umpire, isn't saying anything.
Well, we should.
Now he's calling time. Raul just slid into second. Raul was heading to second before time was called. And Davies saying, well, he took off on his own. Time wasn't called. Now Raul's wandering off the second base bag, and he's being told to go back.
Yeah, I don't think they can let him have second base.
They're not
winners.
Isn't it Fan Appreciation Day? Should there be a little extra giving?
Maybe so. Although Davey tried to sell that. It had like a little delay.
So right there, he's more than halfway before Mike Witters called time.
Yeah, they're screaming and yelling in the other dugout. Hey, there he goes.
Over to shortstop. That could be 2. Reyes flips to second for 1, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. And the Phils are retired here in the 4th. No runs, a couple hits, 1 man left in scoring position. We go to the 5th. It's 4-0 Mets. PHL 17. Hugh Laurie stars in 2 full hours of the highly acclaimed drama House. Tonight, starting at 8 on MyPHL 17. We go to the 5th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Not going well for the Phils right now. They trail at 4-0. Cole Hamels still out there, and he fires his 80th pitch of the day, a strike to Carlos Beltran. Phillies trail at 4-0 here. The Braves are trailing 2-0 to the Nationals down in D.C. That game's gone to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies will go to Washington after tonight's game.
Now, they're not going to let Hamels actually extend himself out. This is a situation where they do have someone warming up in the bullpen.
Well, he's due to lead off, or excuse me, bat second in the bottom of the 5th, so they'd probably like him to get through this inning here. David Herndon's throwing in the pen. Three and 1 the count to Beltran, who's 1 for 2. That ball is drilled to left field. It's deep, and it is gone. 5-0 New York. 6th home run of the year for Beltran.
Now, that ball didn't waste any time at all in getting out of here. That's what you call squaring up a ball.
Well, here comes Charlie Manuel. That's going to be it for Cole Hamels. Beltran being congratulated in the dugout. David Herndon's been throwing in the pen. He's ready to go. And Cole Hamels' final start here at Citizens Bank Park here in 2010 in the regular season is over with. And he's going to get a nice round of applause from the crowd for what he's done, particularly in the second half of the year. It hasn't gone his way today. The Phillies trail at 5-0. This is an AT&T call to the bullpen at Citizens Bank Park. David Herndon's coming in to pick things up for Cole Hamels. Day here at Citizens Bank Park. Folks high atop the ballpark over near Harry the K's in the upper level. And they're hoping the Phillies can right their ship here in the top of the 5th. They trail at 5-0. Couple home runs today. One by David Wright, another one by Carlos Beltran. A short outing for Cole Hamels, and David Herndon will take over his 45th game of the year. 1-3, a 4.47 earned run average. Last time Cole pitched 5 innings or less was all the way back on the 27th of July. 26th of June against the Blue Jays, he pitched just 4 innings. But beyond that, I mean, he had been lights out.
Yes.
Previous 5 starts, 2 earned runs allowed.
Yeah, he has been pitching just great. Just couldn't find the strike zone there with Winters. To be quite honest, thought he was being squeezed. You know, no excuse for balls going out of the ballpark, however. But, again, just being squeezed.
David Wright is the batter against Herndon, and he hits the first pitch foul past Chip Howell. Well, how good has Cole Hamels been? Prior to today, he hadn't allowed a home run since the 24th of August against the Astros. That's a long time.
Wow.
There's Jose Contreras. Phillies are going to need the bullpen today. Some stretching exercises, Sarge.
Yeah, I see that.
Swing and a miss. The sinker by Herndon. 1 out here in the 5th.
Well, for whatever reason, when Cole Hamels pitches against the Mets, they just don't score hardly any runs.
Nope.
Good sinker. That ball comes in on him. Not a good hitting position. Still having difficult times, even though Wright has had a good year this year. There's some more exercises for you, Tom.
Yeah, he's got from the head to the arms. There's Pagan. He grounded out and walked in his first 2 at-bats. Tries to check his swing, but he went around, according to Mike Winters, and it's 0-1. You are right about the Phillies backing Cole Hamels when he pitches against the Mets. Back on the 13th, he lost 1-0. Back on the 7th, he lost 1-0 of August. Back on the 27th of May, he lost 3-0.
Right. Just don't like scoring runs for him. Well, actually, they like to score some runs for him, but they just has been a bad luck situation for him this year against the Mets, no matter what pitcher it's been.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Rick Ankiel's hit a home run. And it's now a 2-1 game down in D.C. Solo shot for Ankiel against Livan Hernandez. To center field. That one's carrying pretty well, but Victorino's there for the second out. So Herndon's got the first 2 batters here at the top of the 5th. Things are happening out at Ashburn Alley, Sarge.
Still busy. Waiting for some action. Some run action, that is.
Mike Davis singled and scored his last time up. 1-0 the count. And a slider for a strike, and it's 2-1. Well, from Citizens Bank Park, along with Gary Matthews, I'm Tom McCarthy. It's Fan Appreciation Day here at the ballpark. The Mets, though, lead 5-0 in the top of the 5th. A couple home runs today. Cole Hamels lasted 4+. Cole allowed 9 hits and 5 runs. And now David Herndon is on, and David has gotten the first 2 batters here in the 5th that he's faced, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ike Davis.
This guy's going to be even a better hitter. 18 home runs. He'll be able to hit close to 30. He's got the swing for that. Should drive in 100 runs or so.
Well, he's tied for 4th among rookies in the National League in homers. Mike Stanton leads the way. And there's ball 4. A 2-out walk. And that's one thing he does also. He's able to take some pitches. Well, if you're interested in booking your next corporate or social event at Citizens Bank Park, call 215-218-5100 or visit Phillies.com/special events. Ballpark offers a variety of unique spaces and on-site catering. Available year-round for many types of functions, both large and small. Joaquin Arias tied up inside. It's 0-1.
Appears to be a free swinger, meaning that he will expand the zone. Get ahead of him. Don't have to throw him another strike usually.
Sometimes that's easier said than done.
Well, you're right about that. And again, he's swinging. I mean, he's swinging high and low. Throwing that little slider in the dirt, see if he goes fishing.
He lays off, and it's 1-2. Arias has been on base twice. He doubled his first time up, was left at second, then reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth and scored. And a swing at a foul tip. Ruiz hangs on, and the side is retired. Couple strikeouts for Herndon. On in relief of Cole Hamels. A home run by Carlos Beltran has made it 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Be a fanatic about reading. It's sponsored by Comcast. It's a free program encouraging children to read for at least 15 minutes a day. It's for kindergarten through 8th grade classes. And classrooms receive bookmarks, pencils, posters, and a chance to win a visit from the Fanatic. Teachers should email FANDEV, D-E-V, at Phillies.com for more information. Bottom of the fifth, Phillies looking for their first run. They have 3 hits today against Pat Mish. Mish allowed a single in the third and a couple singles in the fourth, but a double play ball got him out of a jam in the fourth. It'll be Wilson Valdez, and it looks like John Mayberry who will pinch hit for David Herndon. And then the top of the order. There's John Mayberry. And a line drive to left, and that will drop in front of Nick Evans. It's beneficial for the Phillies, but it looked like he kind of pulled up on that one.
Yeah, it did. Just thought he couldn't get it. Ball not hit very hard, but good placement. No, Mayberry, another one of those players that needs to try and go to winter ball. Get some more at bats, get a little bit tougher. Well, he has the ability, can hit the ball a long way. He just, for me, needs to get a little bit more mean at the plate with a little bit more of a attitude, if you will.
Now, when you talk about attitude, Sarge, I mean, you're not talking, you know, that he wants to go up there and beat the pitcher up or anything like that, but you want him to be a little more aggressive? Is that what it is?
More aggressive, and, you know, just with the attitude that you're surprised when you don't get a hit. You go up with the intention of hitting the ball hard, and you work with your strength. He's a fastball type hitter and needs to really stay with that.
The Rockets pitch foul. That wasn't a fastball. That was a changeup, but it was left up. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Valdez will go back to first.
Well, take a look at it. You're right. It is a high pitch. He's out in front of that. Trying to stay back just a little bit. Almost did.
John broke his bat, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, it's difficult for guys like John Mayberry and even Mike Sweeney at this point, and Dominic Brown. They don't get a whole lot of at bats. Now they take extra BP, they take regular batting practice, but they're embracing any opportunity they get. But their opportunities are few and far between.
Oh no, there's no doubt about it. It is very difficult. One of the reasons why I say I think it should go to winter ball, just to get more at bats. And again, when you hit down there, you're facing a lot of major league pitching. But you're right. I mean, most difficult to go up to pinch hit, especially after you haven't been seeing the major league pitching or in a game at all.
Little nubber left of the mound. That's going to be a tough play. No chance to get anybody. And the Phillies are the first 2 batters aboard here in the 5th. Maybe this is the kind of rally the Phillies need. Get things rolling.
Another good placement. Even if he had caught that ball, thought it might have been difficult to get Mayberry. You see him getting out of the box, and once he slides, it's all over. Not going to be able to get him. There he goes out. Just got it right in his glove, but couldn't get it up and throw.
So nobody out. And here's Shane Victorino with the Phillies down 5-0. Victorino's 0 for 1. Phillies haven't scored in 12 consecutive innings, and what a turnaround for a team that was scoring left and right. Well, they want to change that right here.
Well, take what the pitcher gives you. Trying to hit that ball if you can in the gap, or just hit the ball hard.
That pitch is over at the knees. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Shane.
Yeah, that's the pitch I was saying that Cole Hamels wasn't getting throughout his outing. Makes it a different ball game if he's getting his low strikes. No, that's a little too low. And I tell you again, and I'm not making any excuses for Cole Hamels. He gets this pitch right here. Absolutely. He's still in the ball game.
Yep.
Okay, plain and simple. That's all.
Sean Green and Raul Valdez are up and throwing in the pen for the for the Mets. Opposite way. That'll hang up there for Pagan. Valdez tags from second. He'll go to third.
Good base running by Valdez. No, it's a big difference in having that count 2 balls and 1 strike as opposed to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, now Placido Polanco, who's 1 for 2. He has 1 of the 5 hits for the Phillies, trying to drive in a run. Give the Phillies a little offensive life here in the bottom of the 5th. Vance Worley's been throwing in the pen the last couple of innings, and it looks like he'll be up next for the Phillies. And it's 1-0 to Polanco. I guess Mish is accomplishing what he wants to accomplish, because a lot of the balls the Phillies are hitting are just like that. So
very good point. The balls that he throws inside, he's getting them to yank it, getting the hitter to think about inside, and then throwing the ball on the outside and hoping the hitter's going to have the same swing. And when you do that, it's usually a ground ball. Don't want to pull an outside pitch like that one.
And a call, strike 3. And Polanco's letting Mike Winters hear about that pitch and about his strike zone this afternoon.
Well, he's had a floating strike zone. The way he's been pitching, calling low pitches, I mean, that's just par for the course. And you can see Blanco as he kind of goes down just a little bit, so you know it's even lower than that. That's what Polanco's saying. It's a low pitch. I don't know if those are sunglasses he has on behind home plate. Might need to check them, however.
Well, now with 2 outs, here's Chase Utley. Chase is 0 for 1. He walked his first time up. Phillies trail at 5-0. They've had base runners today, but they haven't been able to push a run across the plate. And it's 1-0 to Chase.
Yeah, that's what you talk about sometimes. You got to just go on and take the umpires out of the equation, meaning take the matters in your own hand, have good at-bats. And this is a pitcher here that they can certainly be able to come back on. May not get that opportunity, however, because if he gets into trouble, Jerry Manuel, New York Mets manager, will have him out of it.
Chase has been right behind Ryan Howard in RBIs here in September for the Phillies. And now a conference between Blanco and Mish. He's really turned it on, just as Ryan has turned it on here in September. That's normally the case for Ryan, and Chase normally finishes strong. One of the reasons why the Phillies have been successful in September, but also in the postseason.
Well, you got to have a couple of hitters that are hot, if not just about all of them, to be successful. Pitching is a given. Got to have that.
2-0 the count to Chase. And it's 3-0. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Giants lead the Rockies 2-0. Freddy Sanchez, he's been swinging the bat well lately for the Giants. His 7th homer.
I've always thought that kid was a pretty good hitter.
And Chase was taken all the way. Sanchez has just been besieged by injuries the last couple of years.
Well, he has had 200 hits. Led the league in hitting at one time. And almost finds himself out of a job.
In the air, right field. Pagan going back to the warning track, to the wall. Gone! Into the first row. A 3-run home run for Chase Utley. It's his 16th of the year. Hey, guess what? We got a ball game again.
Fastball inside. Talk about this guy not being able to hold down this offense. That's what you do to a 3-1 pitch coming inside. He doesn't bail at the plate, whether or not it's left-handed or right-handed. That's how you're able to get back into the game. 3-run bomb.
See, that ball went over the fence, the gentleman's hands behind the fence, so it's clearly a home run. Nobody argued. And it also means that Ginny Rodriguez of Philadelphia, you've just won $100 courtesy of the McDonald's home run jackpot. Look where it lands, Sarge.
Yeah, well, I hit him almost right in the belly. Pagan tried to play it like it was off the wall, but no academy for that play. There's a gentleman.
You had it. You had it.
He'll be talking about that for a long time, let me tell you.
It's a 5-3 game. And it's 2-1 to Ryan. Ryan flied to left. He grounded to second. So he's 0 for 2.
You can just see right now being able to get the runners in with less than 2 outs. You have a tie ball game. You're able to get those runners in.
3-1 the count. Yeah, and the Phillies, to their credit, have been good at that the last couple of months. They haven't been good at it, though, the last couple of days.
Yeah, Tom, too. I can see that with guys that are on the mound that are really good pitchers. Lincecum out there and throwing Wainwright. But some of the guys that are contact pitchers, those are the guys that you should be able to capitalize on. And for me, this is one of the guys right here. In terms, if he does get you out, the ball should be hit and hit hard somewhere.
3-1 to Howard. He tried to hold up, and he went, and it's 3-2. Well, that was ball 4.
Yeah, it wants to be a little bit more disciplined, and 3-1. That's when you're able to look for your pitch. You don't have to be anxious to hit. Try to hold up on it. That call can go either way.
To right field. Pagan coming over. He's not going to get there. And he plays it into an extra base hit. He also gave up on it once it went past him. If he had played it a little more aggressively, he may have held Ryan to a single, although Ryan was thinking double right into the box.
Yeah, I almost thought he might have missed first base on that particular ball that he hit. There's that little football route, too, Pagan taking. Take a look at it as he comes right in to try and take this away. Hits so hard it goes right by him. Ends up getting it in, but automatic double there for Ryan Howard.
And Ryan is safe at second base, safe and secure with New York Life. And we've got a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. Neither starter can get a win this afternoon. Sean Green is the new pitcher for the Mets with 2 outs and a runner at second here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 thanks to a 3-run home run by Chase Utley. And now a double by Ryan Howard puts more pressure on the Mets. Green is 6 ball games since being brought back up from the minor leagues. A 1.80 ERA. He's on to throw his frisbees at Jason Worth, the right-handed batter. And that's what you would assume, Sarge, that he will do.
Right. He's going to drop down. Very important for Jason to keep that shoulder in there. You know, this type of guy here, you got to stay right there on him because of the slider that he throws. Slow feet will mean quick hand for you. You're trying to hit that ball, if you can, up the middle, maybe the other way. You get a pitch that you're able to hit out, you just not on purpose. The ball would go out of the ballpark. Trying to get a base hit here.
Yeah, that slider's inside. The first one, it's 1-0. Phillies trailed at 5-0. They've pulled to within 2. Two 2-0 the count.
Much better take right there. In the driver's seat. Look for his pitch.
Just danced that fastball at 85 on the outside part of the plate.
Took a lot off of that just to be able to get it over. Not as much movement when he throws it soft like that.
Another one.
I don't know if Jason can even reach the outside corner from where he is. It appears to be a little bit off to the plate. When you're taking pitches like that, obviously, you're thinking that they're balls off the plate. Those appear to be pretty good strikes.
And he waves at a slider. The side is retired. But the Phils do get 3 on a 3-run home run by that guy, Chase Utley. That chased Pat Mish. This 3-run home run went right into the first row. And he made it a 2-run game. That's where we stand. It's 5-3 as we go to the 6th. Park to its capacity for the entire season. The amazing part of the story comes on the road. Fightin' Faithfuls have traveled to each and every city during the 2010 season, giving each ballpark a nice shade of red. Transplants and travelers in Phillies colors have arrived in all regions to back their squad, while one very determined individual wouldn't let a little tropical storm keep him from seeing his Phillies. His loyalty and yours is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. We're here for you every step of the way. Well, that is the truth. The fans have been unbelievable for this ball club, for this franchise, since this great facility opened back in 2004. And it certainly has picked up its intensity and its level of enthusiasm. Over the last several years, the Phillies have made one trip after another to the postseason. And Sarge, we got a chance today to meet and greet some of the fans out at the gates as Vance Worley takes over for the Phils in his 4th ball game. And you know, they were not only primed for this game, but they knew full well that the Braves and Nationals were scheduled to get underway the same time as this game. I mean, they knew all the scenarios, and they knew that the Phillies, with the Giants' loss last night, have clinched at least a wild card playoff.
Told you, they're very knowledgeable fans, and both men and women, let's face it.
1 ball and 1 strike to Blanco.
All of a sudden, the low pitch is not a strike. You know, I keep going back to that because as hitters or even as a pitcher, you just want the umpire to establish his strike zone. You don't have to go back and forth, and you got to call them both ways.
Back toward the middle. That looked like it got a piece of Worley. It slowed it up enough for Utley to throw out Blanco and stay on the infield. Maybe that just hit the mound. It hit something.
You can always usually tell because it will slow up as it hit that mound right between his legs.
So with 1 out, here's Chris Carter. Carter's going to pinch hit for New York. Well, they have scored at 1-4-3, so it must have gotten a piece of Worley. Carter started last night's game for the Mets. By the way, the Nationals were able to get out of a jam in the top of the 6th. That game's gone to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 2-1 Washington.
Yeah, Ivan Hernandez still in the game. Another guy that doesn't throw the ball very hard. Will trick you, however. It's interesting, too, though, with Ivan Hernandez. Well, he hasn't going to call that low strike there for whatever reason. You know, they're getting it, we're not, and that's just the way that it is. But I was going to say to you, Ivan Hernandez, well, Ivan Hernandez, I don't think, even see him. 18 games there that we've played. LeVon, we have not even faced him one time this year.
And won't see him this week when the Phillies go down to Washington as Carter takes ball 4.
Well, usually you'll see a pitcher at least one time.
So with 1 away, here's Reyes, who is 2 for 3. Reyes popped up in the first, singled his last 2 times up, drove in a run his last time up. And he takes a breaking ball a little high.
They don't want to keep falling behind hitters when you get into trouble.
Yeah, particularly after the Phillies scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th. You want to keep this within reach because they are well within reach right now.
No doubt about it.
Pitch looked a little outside. It's 3-1 now to Reyes.
Yeah, that ball's off the plate.
As Nick Evans waits on deck. Back toward the middle, off Worley. Polanco picks it up, throws to second. They get the lead runner.
Wow.
1-5-4 on the putout. 2 outs. Polanco had a decision. He could have gone to second or first. And, of course, he saw that he had a chance to get the lead runner, and he nailed him.
Well, as that comes right off of there, the pitcher, you can see almost changed his mind and threw the ball over there. Had both shortstop and second baseman there. Utley actually acted as if he was a first baseman to get that force out. It's a good play.
I guess Worley's okay. Nobody came out to check on him. And with 2 outs, here's Nick Evans with Reyes at first. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Evans. Evans has 2 hits this afternoon.
Well, you can look for sure Reyes will try and get a jump, even though he has been picked off a couple of times in the series.
He's been thrown out at third trying to steal, and he was thrown out at home trying to score from first on a ball that got by Jason Worth and Wright. One and 2 the count to Evans. And Worley thought he had strike 3. He was walking off the mound after that hook.
It's a no-no, though, for any pitcher. You act like it's a strike or calling it before the ump. They usually will call that ball a ball.
And a call, strike 3, right at the knees. And right down the chute. Pretty good job by Worley to get out of any trouble here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Phillies down by 2. And Wildberry Real Fruit Smoothies. Try a small for just $2.29. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. Buy your local Dodge dealers. And buy Xfinity. It's TV, phone, and internet reinvented from Comcast. Well, bottom of the 6th. That in Ashburn Alley over top the Mets bullpen. They're hoping for a little more offense for the Phillies. Phillies got a 3-run home run by Chase Utley. That was in their half of the 5th. And now Manny Acosta takes over for the Mets as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Raul Ibanez, Carlos Ruiz, and Wilson Valdez. So, righty against the lefty Ibanez. Acosta's been pretty good for the Mets this year. And he delivers a fastball high. Raul singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And a liner to right field. Pagan floats back, and he's not going to get there. A one hop off the wall. Boy, I couldn't tell how he was going to play that one. And Ibanez is in sliding with a leadoff double.
Yeah, he gave up on it because he knew he could not catch it to play that off the wall. That ball was just smoked by Ibanez. No chance at all. Now watch, take a look at this ball as it goes past Pagan there. Actually, that ball hit by him, but that ball's by him. No way you get that line drive. Nice double.
So Raul is safe and secure in second, safe and secure with New York Life. So he's in scoring position to start the 6th. The Phillies can continue to chip away with Carlos Ruiz, who's 0 for 2. And Carlos takes a slider high. It's 1-0. Carlos struck out back to the 2nd, grounded into a double play his last time up. Opposite way. That'll get Ibanez over to 3rd. And 1 away.
Not a bad out. Anytime you can advance that runner.
Oh, an update from Atlanta. The Braves and the Nationals. Rick Yankeal homered earlier, and this one goes right inside the first base bag. And that brings home Melky Cabrera from 2nd. And the Braves have tied up the Nationals 2-2 in the top of the 7th. Still nobody out in that 7th, and Livan Hernandez has just been lifted from the game. Sean Burnett has come into the ball game for Washington. Wilson Valdez singled his last time up, grounded out his first time at the plate. 1 for 2. Chad Durbin's up at the pen. Ross Gload is in the on-deck circle.
Got to be a little bit more disciplined now than that to make sure that you make contact. Infield is back, so they're giving you a run. Although I will say that Mr. Wright at 3rd base is up a little bit. Davis back, but back in the middle. So you want to try and keep that ball up the middle if you can, and be able to get this runner in from 3rd base.
Just off the outside corner. I think that's such a tough pitch to take when it's 0-2 and you just waved it a couple sliders.
And especially on the outside part of the plate where you just kind of waved at the balls there.
Two and 2 the count. Phillies have had a runner at 3rd twice now, counting this inning. There's Ibanez, who takes his lead off 3rd. They had a runner at 3rd in the 4th with 1 out, couldn't score. And he's just trying to stay alive. Opposite way, another foul ball.
Pretty good battle going on. Again, that's another tough pitch.
One of the things that Wilson needs to do here is just keep his concentration.
Keep his concentration. Pick up the spin on the ball as quick as he can. Fastballs will be straight. You'll see spinning action on any other breaking pitches.
Broke his bat. A roller toward the mound. Acosta has it. 2 outs.
Wow. That's getting in his kitchen there with a fastball. That's after all those pitches away. Really set him up for that pitch. Fastball comes in on his hands. Take a look at this as that fastball comes right in on the knuckles. He swung at a ball, but he had 2 strikes, so self-defense.
Well, now a meeting on the mound as Dan Warthen goes out to the hill with Ross Gload. Introduces the pinch hitter for the Phillies. That was a really quick meeting right there.
Yeah. Just trying to probably remind him that He's a fastball hitter. Fastball is going to have to be in a good spot. Will usually has pretty good at bats and healthy swings.
And he took something off that pitch, and it's 0-1. A changeup from Acosta. Ross has been the Phillies' best pitch hitter this year, even with some time on the disabled list. Slider inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Manny Acosta was at one time a property of the New York Yankees, and the Phillies saw him when he was with the Atlanta Braves here in the National League East. Toward the gap in left center field, Beltran's on the run, and he makes the diving grab. That ball hung up there long enough for Beltran to get to the neighborhood, and then he left his feet, and the side is retired. For the second time today, the Phillies leave a runner over in third. Some pretty good defense by Carlos Beltran to finish up the inning.
Game here this afternoon, a fan appreciation day, and says thanks to the Phils and see you in October. Phillies certainly hope to be back here playing a postseason play in October as we check out the Verizon Wireless game summary. Mets out to a 5-0 lead. Then Chase Utley's clutch 2-out 3-run home run has them back to within a run. They've had shots at some more, not able to do it. Cole Hamels, he just had a tough afternoon.
Phillies have stranded 6 so far, including a couple over third, a couple more in scoring position. Carlos Beltran just saved the Mets in the bottom of the 6th inning with a diving play deep in the left center field gap on a ball that, you know, would normally keep on slicing, but for some reason hung up there enough for him to get to the area to make the grab.
The wind may have knocked that ball down. I don't know. I couldn't sit where I was standing. I couldn't tell.
Line drive to right, and Jason Worth makes the catch for the first out. One away here in the 7th.
Here's a look. It looks like Ross Claude really nailed this. Beltran just does not run the way that he used to, but you know, he can make plays with anybody, and you can see he had that one lined up and dove for it, made a great play, saved a run, and certainly another extra base hit.
It just sounded like it was going to be cracked even deeper. As you see Chad Durbin's numbers, 62nd game for Chad, 4-1, 3.95 earned run average. Good job by David Herndon. Good job by Vance Worley. They did very good work in relief of Cole. to keep the Mets at 5 runs, and now it's up to Chad Durbin. They've got to the bottom of the 7th down in Washington in a 2-2 game. Shows you the highlight before, the Braves tying that one up. David Wright went down on strikes his last time out. It was the 156th strikeout of the season for Wright. And he lines that one down the left field line. And that's going to be an extra base hit. About to say that the 156 strikeouts for David Wright ties the franchise record set by Tommy Agee originally, and then matched by Dave Kingman, who could strike out.
What were the best of them? David Wright hooks that line drive right past the glove of Wilson Valdez. He thought he had a shot out, but the way it hooked, he couldn't get to it.
So a runner in scoring position for New York. And here's Angel Pagan, who's 0 for 2. Grounded out, walked in the 4th, and flied out to center in the 5th. And a cutter in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Good pitch.
Like a breaking ball from Chad Durbin was a curveball, and you know Carlos Ruiz doesn't want to do that too often. What he did right there, try to backhand that, because those are the kinds that bounce away and you can't control them.
Now, that time he did it the right way. Got down on his knees to block it, kept it right in front of him. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pagan.
Yeah, Carlos really become a very good catcher, has good technique, and it's unusual to see him try to backhand the ball like that. Just, I don't know what happened, whether it fooled him, but thankfully it didn't bounce away enough for Wright to move to third base.
Changeup fades outside, so it's 2-2.
Expect to see the sun this afternoon.
I was thinking the same thing.
Got some shadows all of a sudden.
It's been cloudy for most of the day. Rained a little bit before the ball game. Tarp was on the field. And a call. Strike 3. Good spot with that offering from Chad Durbin. 2 outs here in the 7th.
Throwing a lot of off-speed stuff and stuff away from Pagan. That pitch looks like it's in a little bit and it froze him. Yeah, they come inside on purpose. Did a little tailing, running fastball back. Locked him. Good pitch. In a big spot.
Well, now 2 away, and here's Ike Davis. Davis is 1 for 2. Singled and scored back in the 4th. They're going to walk him intentionally. That's not the worst idea.
No, you have Arias on deck, who does have a double in this game, but you want to go right here if you can.
Yeah, because this is Durbin's inning. Nobody else is loosening up. There's Joaquin Arias. He keeps looking over his shoulder to see if somebody's going to come up and pinch hit for him.
Well, they have options. It's all just a matter of where they want to put Castillo in the game for defense. And they were ready to do it the other night, and he spins around, does Arias, and he's headed back for Duda.
And it looks like it is Lucas Duda, who had the big hit in yesterday's ball game off the bench. Well, a few moments ago, they announced the paid attendance for today. 45,302. the 123rd consecutive sellout. How about 3,647,249? Now the Phillies have passed the 3 million mark in the last 3 years. This is 4 consecutive seasons. 3.6 million fans.
Yeah, in a ballpark where 45,000 plus is a capacity for 81 days.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable.
Very remarkable. It's the 5th time in 7 years that the Phillies have drawn more than 3 million fans. You know, the idea when this ballpark opened was to make it a baseball-only facility, make it fan-friendly, make it different, and make it so the fans could see the game no matter where they were standing around the ballpark. And you can check off all of those things because it has exceeded everybody's expectations.
Mission accomplished.
And then, oh yeah, the winning has really helped too. I mean, it's just been unbelievable.
Here comes Duda now, and he's a guy that hurt Durbin last night with the bases clearing double to right center on a fastball.
Pinch hitting for Joaquin Arias with 2 on. And they go inside again, and it's 1-0.
Here is the bases loaded hit last night that broke the game open. Fastball was supposed to sink down and away, it looked like, and it stayed up, and he nailed it. So they start him in on the first pitch tonight, or this afternoon.
And a little looper left side of the infield. Valdez, the shortstop, is there, and the side is retired. Well, today, Chad Durbin wins the battle against Lucas Duda. He leaves a couple here in the 7th. It's time to stretch, and then it's time for the top of the order. Wheels, what Mets player set a team record for not being caught stealing the entire 1988 season?
You into hints?
He was a left fielder.
88 left fielder for the Mets.
Was originally a San Diego Padre.
Kevin McReynolds.
That's correct.
Thank you for the hints.
You got it. Kevin McReynolds. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
He could run.
He could run, and he could throw from the outfield too. I remember when he was with the Padres. I mean, he was a heck of a player. Went on to the Royals after his time with the Mets.
Had some power.
Ruben Tejada takes over at second base as we begin the bottom of the 7th.
I forgot about him.
It's 5-3.
Had Castillo in the game. Forgot all about Tejada.
Well, it kind of shows you where Castillo sits in the eyes of Jerry Manuel.
Well, that was the point I was trying to make. But they hit for the guy there and have to use Castillo, but they had another infielder, so it was a no-brainer to bring Duda up. Good job by Chad to get in on him too and jam him.
Well, Shane Victorino leads it off for the Phillies against Manny Acosta. Victorino's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch back to the first, grounded out to short, and fly to right. So here we go. The Phillies trail it by 2 down in D.C. The Nationals and the Braves are tied at 2. It's the home 7th inning, the final home game here at Citizens Bank Park. And Victorino shows bunt and takes a breaking ball for strike 1. They really play him to pull. I mean, if only because Reyes is over toward the middle and Wright is way off the line at third.
Yeah, and in the outfield, they play him straight away, take the alleys away.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Over to the right side, and Davis stays down on it and has an easy play for the first out. So a changeup from Acosta. And there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. And that'll bring Placido Polanco to the plate. You know, Wheels, we talk about the fans here and how great it's been. 3.6 million. You know, from our standpoint, it adds so much to the telecast because there's so much energy here at the ballpark. And you know, since this team is so good and they come from behind so often, you can feel the energy build as an inning goes on.
Oh, yeah. Makes everything
just makes life easier.
You don't have to hunt for a place of the stadiums with people in it. You don't have better looking shots. Take any shot. It's loaded, packed.
I mean, it's just such a great part of the experience here at the ballpark and of the game itself. Polanco is 1 for 3. Called out on strikes for the first time in more than 60 ABs.
Was that a strike?
Well, it looked like it was across the plate, but it didn't look like it was a strike 2 innings earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Cole Hamels certainly wasn't happy with some of the stuff that was going on.
Well, that's the thing. You know, was it a strike? Well, it looked like it was across the knees and over the plate, but it wasn't called a strike the 2 innings earlier. Or the inning earlier. 3-1 the count to Polanco. Now that angle it looked slow, but from the side it looked like it was right at the knees.
Yeah, and the only thing there, did that cross the plate from the front of the home plate either? Because it looked like it could have looped it a little bit, so I don't know.
And there's ball 4, and Polly's aboard with 1 out.
You got to have Feliciano up, don't they? They do. Yeah, I mean, these 2 guys are coming up now, Utley and Howard.
Igarashi is the right-hander.
Yeah, here we go. Every single game the Phillies and the Mets play, here comes Feliciano to pitch to Utley and Howard. This is a recording.
Well, Jerry Emanuel signals to the pen, so that's it for Matty Acosta. Base runner for the Phils here in the 7th, and here comes Pedro Feliciano because Chase Utley and Ryan Howard are due up. They're talking on the on-deck circle about the left-hander coming in. We'll be back after this. bottom of the 7th. Phillies trail it by 2. And Feliciano in his 88th ball game, which ties a record for the New York Mets. 88 games in one season with a week left. 56 strikeouts in 60 innings. Lefties are hitting .203 against him.
Well, the Phillies in the division, he almost figures he's going to get into 18, and he didn't, of course, because Dickey pitched a complete game and they had other stuff. But he seems like he gets into almost every game against Utley and Howard.
See Chase's numbers against him: 8 for 35.
Look at all those at bats.
And there's ball 1.
What a big hit Chase Utley got last time up. That woke up the whole place.
Big time. Yep.
Came down and in on him a little bit, and that little short swing, and boom, popped it out. Polanco had just been called out on strikes on that pitch that we just replayed.
Chopper up the first base line. It's a fair ball, and Davis flips back to Feliciano to get Utley. 2 outs. And here's Ryan Howard. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Ian Desmond has made it a 4-2 game. Wait till the crowd sees the score flip on the board out in right field. That game's in the bottom of the 7th. There you see it still says 2-2.
Do it as Ryan Howard's coming up.
There it is. That is great.
Great job over there. There's a little drama involved. Nice call. Just wait a little bit when he gets in the box and then do it.
Amazing. Everybody just looking at it. They saw the bases were loaded. And Ryan lays off a breaking ball. It sweeps out of the strike zone. It's 1-0.
Well, we kid about during the season about scoreboard watching, but it's time for scoreboard watching. This is it. He has 35 at bats against this guy.
They all go together.
70.
Off the glove of Blanco. And it's 2-0.
Or 71 now, I guess, because Utley had 35 too, right? Now 36. And this is his last hitter, as usual. Unless they would walk Worth. But there is for Ibanez, but there is a right-hander out there, and Worth is a tying run. So.
Well, if Ryan's aboard, he would be the go-ahead.
Go-ahead run, yeah.
In the air to left field, not deep. Evans has a long run. Here he comes, and he makes the sliding grab. He pulled it right off the top of the grass, and the side is retired. The Phils leave another one in scoring position as Feliciano gets Chase and Ryan Howard to finish up the 7th. Now the outfielders, at least center and left, are making some plays for the Mets the last couple innings. miles of it at your Toyota dealer. Hurry, offer ends soon. By Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by your participating Philadelphia area Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDealer.com. Now we go to the 8th here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies are hoping for a little spark from their offense with 6 outs to go. And they're going to need a little boost from their bullpen again.
You know, you said last night that Feliciano may move on from the New York Mets. Pretty good. As Contreras comes into the game, well, I guarantee you, Utley and Howard would be just as happy as he becomes an American League situation left-handed, or even in a different division.
Yeah. Well, I mean, teams in the East for the last few years have tried to find the best lefties to deal with the Phillies lefties.
Yep.
So Contreras is on to face Henry Blanco here in the top of the 8th. It's Blanco, then a pinch hitter. Castillo's out in the on-deck circle.
That's played well today, too. You know, 2 good plays in the outfield. That one there and the one that Beltran made last inning. And Phillies have left 2 guys at third today with less than 2 outs, and they're losing by 2 runs.
0-2 the count.
So all the little things that they've been doing well and getting the breaks today, not so, but there's 2 innings to go. And we remember what happened here last Sunday.
Absolutely. One of the best days of the year. Phillies are 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Henry Blanco. Or as Chipper Jones used to call him, Hank White.
Hank White, right. Enrique Blanco.
Carlos tried to buy that one, pulled it back a little bit. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Mariners lead the Rays 6-2. That game's at the bottom of the 8th. That's significant because the Yankees have lost their first 2 to the Red Sox and 3 in a row overall, and are a game and a, or 4 in a row overall, and are a game and a half back behind the Rays, who have 93 wins. The Rays and the Phillies are tied with the most wins in the majors. And you see the American League East. The Red Sox, well, they're getting closer to the wild card, but they just can't get closer to the Rays. They'll play the Yankees later on tonight. Dice K against Phil Hughes. Swing and a miss. Good slider. 1 out. And here comes Castillo. Well, time is running out for you to bid on the last of the Fanatic Around Town statues. That's right. The auction closes this Thursday at 6 p.m. And the one that's left is the one signed by all of the Phillies players this year. And you can go to the Fanatic Around Town in the fans section at Phillies.com for information on how to bid. There it is right there. See all the signatures on the jersey, wearing the jersey that the Phils are wearing this afternoon. And that auction has raised more than $200,000 to go to Phillies charities. 0-1 the count to Castillo. Who's been a lost figure for the Mets since the first half of the year. Literally, they couldn't find him the other night when they needed somebody to pinch run. They finally did find him.
And that caused that bizarre timeout.
One ball and 1 strike.
This guy's been kind of a bizarre player throughout his career, but a very good one when he's healthy. Outstanding second baseman, a pest at the plate. A guy who used to be a tremendous base stealer, but injuries really took its toll on him. So hard to strike out, you know, in situations where the team needed contact. This guy would put it in play, just drive you crazy, because he just takes that little swing. He waits a long time. Tony Taylor did a lot when he was with the Florida Marlins to make this guy into a major league player. Former Philly Tony Taylor.
See what we just showed you there. Lifetime numbers are very good. And a call, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Contreras. 2 away here in the 8th. And back to the top of the order. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team in order, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Cole Hamels did it one time. That was in the first. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Xfinity Triple Play, your complete lineup for digital TV, high-speed internet, and home phone. And now with 2 outs, Contreras has to deal with Jose Reyes, batting left-handed. Reyes has been on base 3 times. Boy, that ball was drilled.
Boy, I just hope everybody's okay after one of those. He's throwing backdoor breaking balls in this inning, and good ones. These left-handed hitters go up there off Contreras looking fastball split. Sliders more to right-handed hitters, but he's throwing the slider to left-handed hitters.
Just missed off the inside corner. Opposite way, Ibanez got a late start. Now he gets back there and makes the catch casually right at the edge of the warning track, and the side is retired. Boy, what a great job by the bullpen this afternoon. They've kept it at 5 runs for the Mets. It's a 2-run deficit as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Jason Worth, Raul Ibanez, and Carlos Ruiz for the Phils. Trail it by 2 here. The Nationals lead the Braves by 2 down in D.C. in a game that looks like it's going to the bottom of the 8th. Elmer Descends is the new pitcher for the Mets. 50th ball game for Descends, 3-2, a 2.45 earned run average. And he will face Jason Worth, Raul Ibanez, and Carlos Ruiz. Phillies have left a couple over third today. They've left a couple at second base as well. In fact, overall they left 7. And they're 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. But their bullpen has done a fantastic job keeping them within reach.
And 2 of their young guys, too, today. Herndon and Orley came in spots where they really needed because Cole Hamels left early. And those 2 guys did a tremendous job. Jose Contreras has been terrific this year. And a real good inning there in the 8th.
2-0 the count to Jason. And there's ball 3.
It's time to try and grind out some at-bats now. front of this home crowd.
Because they'll build as they get a rally going this late in the game.
Yeah, they can get intimidating, you know, but it's up to players now to grind it out if they can.
Jason was taking all the way, and it's 3-1.
They can get in the opposition's head here.
And there's ball 4.
That's a good grinded out at bat.
Right there back in 2007, Jason had an unbelievable day on the base paths against Billy Wagner in a ball game that seemed to be the turning point in the rivalry between the two teams.
And Chase Utley won that game eventually with a base hit,
scoring Tadahito Iguchi, who filled in for him so well when he was injured that year. Here's Ibanez with nobody out here at the bottom of the 8th. And a quick toss over, and Jason is back diving. Takahashi is up and loosening in the bullpen for the Mets. He can go more than 1 inning. He's their closer. There he is.
Here's the game Tom's talking about. August 30th, 2007. There he goes. Steals second. This is when Billy was pitching Wagner. And then Wagner forgets about him. There he goes to third. And that just lit this place up. And they wound up winning. Pat Burrell had a big home run in that game. Wagner tried to get 6 outs out of him that day. Couldn't do it.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Reds, whose magic number is a 2 to clinch the Central. They lead the Padres 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Joey Votto, 37 home runs. And the first home run against Clayton Richard by a lefty since August of 09. 0-2 the count to Ibanez. Boy, there are big gains everywhere around the National American League.
Yeah, there are a few races got wrapped up early, but this wild card situation that, you know, some fought coming into Major League Baseball really helps. Certainly is keeping it interesting in several races.
Off the outside corner, and it's 1-2.
That was, you hear Jerry Manuel yelling, good pitch, and it was, but it was outside. But who knows today?
Oh, he's 2 for 3. He doubled his last time up. Just trying to keep the train moving. Change up down and away. It's 2-2. I guess that was a fastball.
He's trying to paint out there and hope Raul will roll one over into 2. And good eye to take both those pitches and now get even.
Dan Warthen's on the phone. He's trying to see if Takahashi is ready in the pen. Unless he tries to get somebody else up and throwing in the pen. 2-2 the count to Ibanez, and another throw over. They are in the bottom of the 8th down in D.C. It's 4-2 Washington. A win by the Nationals. And the Phillies, doesn't matter what happens here today, they're in the postseason.
So come from behind win here today would be sweet, wouldn't it?
Huge. And it remains 2-2.
I made a really good catch off to the left here. Your monitor's blocking it. Well, there he is right there. The guy in the blue, Tommy. This guy.
He's all smiles.
Yeah. He made a really good catch.
Flatbread pat.
Yeah.
Back toward the middle, off the glove of Descends, picked up by Tejada, and they get Ibanez. And Worth is in scoring position. Boy, if that ball had slowed up just a little bit more.
Yeah. And off the bat, it looks like it's a double play, too, because they're pitching him up the middle. Here it comes. Hit a high fastball there, and he deflects it. But see where that thing was headed right towards second base, where they may have gotten two. So they didn't get what you just said, but they may have gotten a break. Because that was right in that double play area where Reyes could have maybe caught it, stepped on second, thrown to first.
So with one out, here's Carlos Ruiz, bottom of the 8th inning, a run at second. And a fly ball to shallow center. And an easy play for Beltran. 2 away. And Jimmy Rollins, how about this? Wait till you hear this reaction. He's going to put up the pitch hit. That means that Jimmy is going to probably have to stay in to play short. I mean, Brian Bocock will play short. We'll see.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I don't know where to go with it.
Van Worthen is out to the mound. I guess they could do that. You know,
Sure.
They could put Bocock in at shortstop. Hey, if you got a question for the postgame show, just go to myphl17.com and click on Ask Postgame. Get your answers plus all the highlights and insights on the Xfinity Phillies postgame show right after the game on MyPHL 17. Mike Missinelli and Marty Bystrom this afternoon. Jimmy playing in his first game since the 8th of September. This is the kind of atmosphere that he longs to be part of and hasn't been able to be part of it. And he chops it to the right side. Davis has it, and he flips to Descend's covering, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, one man left in scoring position. We've played 8. We go to the 9th in a 2-run game. He stays in the ball game to play shortstop for the Phillies. So Jimmy, who got to see one pitch and then grounded out, maybe he'll get another at bat as the game moves on. Ryan Matson will take over for the Phils here at the top of the 9th. And Matson in his 53rd game, 6-2, a 2.28 earned run average. So Matson will face Nick Evans, Carlos Beltran, and David Wright. bullpen today. How about that? 4 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. A few walks, but they've worked out of their jams. David Herndon, Vance Worley, Chad Durbin, Jose Contreras, and now Ryan Madson. Looks like they're going to the 9th out of D.C. with the Nationals leading at 4-2. Nick Evans leads it off, and he chops the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. And Wheels, we have still 6 games left on the road, but this is the final day that we will see our crew here at Citizens Bank Park. Now, we'll take John DeSangro and Jeff Hallockman and Ray Tipton, and everybody on the road with us, our producers and our directors, but our camera operators who have been so great all year, that have made our job so easy here at the ballpark. They may be around during the postseason, but this is going to be the last time we get a chance to work with them this year. And they've been unbelievable in all of their creativeness. Greg Farnese out in left field, he's made friends with everybody out there. Sean, who's been roving around from one spot to another, wearing his Iron Pigs cap. Little looper to right field, going out is Chase. He's not going to get there, and it drops in for a base hit.
I'd like to just add my thanks too, because they're great guys sitting here in the afternoon and talk about a lot of stuff. There's Mike Miller, and they do a great job.
And Tim, who's down in the third base dugout today. And of course Bernie, who's always out in center field. And Andy Rabel, who's been bouncing around, and he makes those plays down in the first base dugout. Looks so smooth for camera operator, for a fan, for anybody. Carlos Beltran is now the hitter, and he hits one in the air to deep left field. Ibanez going back to the warning track to the wall, and that one is gone. A 2-run opposite field home run, and it's now 7-3 New York. Second home run of the day for Beltran.
Well, that Evans has worn out the dunkers to right field, and now Beltran all of a sudden decides to play a little bit, and has really hurt the Phillies here this afternoon. That guy has had a difficult year, and they don't know what to do with him. Not Madsen. He's had a tremendous season for the Phillies, but Beltran, look at that last 2 home run games because he's been hurt so much. But the guy has amazing talent. I saw the play he made in the outfield. There he gets that fastball away and deposits it in the seats in left field, and that one hurt.
7 runs now and 12 hits for the Mets. So they lead at 7-3. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to David Wright.
Mets have really battled the Phillies in these last 2 games. You have to give them credit. They have nothing to play for but pride, and they've shown some. That's what is good about sports.
Foul ball up off the facing of the sweet level, and it shoots down to the lower level, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Wright.
The bullpen did, as you said, Tom, did a tremendous job shutting it down for 3 innings, and keeping it where it was. But now 2 here in the 9th.
Outside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And for Ryan Madsen, Madsen has not given up a whole lot of runs here in the month of September. He's made 42 appearances since the All-Star break. And now it's 3-1 to Wright. Ball 4, so David's aboard with nobody out here in the 9th, and that'll bring Angel Pagan to the plate. Well, the folks that you don't see on an everyday basis are the folks back in our control room. We want to thank them for everything that they do, all the graphics, and all of the replays, and all the great looks that we get at different things. We've had this has been an unbelievable year here at this ballpark, and some of the sights and sounds, and everything about the production here at the Phillies Television Network is second to none.
Can't name everybody, but you certainly want to mention 2 of my favorites, known for a long time, were Bill Egbert and Charlie O'Gara.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to mention Charlie.
2 camera.
Oh, okay.
They've been around for a long time.
Charlie's up here in the booth with us. There's Charlie. Gives you those shots of center city all the time. Charlie Manuel's heading out to the mound. It looks like it's going to be it for Ryan Matson. So we've got a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies trail it by 4, 7-3 with a runner at first and nobody out. Danny Baez is going to come in for the Phils and try to finish up the top of the ninth and give the Phils offense one more chance. Nobody out. Phillies trail it by 4. It's 7-3. And Baez's 48th game, 3-3, a 5.11 earned run average. And he will face Angel Pagan. Carlos Beltran is homered in this inning to make it a 4-run ball game. He's kind of put a damper on things right now. Phillies were down 5-0. They made it 5-3. They've left a number of runners on base. And down at D.C., they're in the top of the ninth, 2 outs. The Nationals lead it 4-2. A win by Washington, and the Phils have cinched themselves at least a tie in the National League East. It's 0-1 to Pagan. Two. And moments ago, the final out between the Braves and the Nationals. Rick Ankiel, a chopper to shortstop. Ian Desmond has it. And the Braves have dropped 2 of 3 to the Washington Nationals. So the Phillies, even if they were to lose today, the worst they could do is tie for the National League East as Pagan is down on strikes.
And they still have a chance to throw a dramatic 9th inning rally here once that. Still haven't posted that out there. They're just waiting for a moment, I guess.
Opportune time.
Yeah. But that's a nice job by Washington. Now, let up a little bit.
But I'm not sure about that.
That team's been playing well.
Yeah.
They've done a great job. And like I said, the Mets here hurt the Phillies this weekend, or trying to.
Well, the magic number is down to 1 to clinch the outright National League East title. And here comes the reaction.
So some people down the dugout take a quick look and then look back like, we didn't see it.
Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Davis. Takahashi will pitch the 9th inning for the Mets. He's been warming. He's been warming for a while. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Davis. 1-2. And a called strike 3. Baez paints the inside corner. Back-to-back Ks for Daddy. 2 away. Davis can't believe it. That's been the thought process of a lot of hitters today. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, he thought it was inside.
And here's Tejada, who will bat for the first time. Tejada is a 200 hitter. He's 39 for 195 this year. They seem to think that unless there's an upgrade, then he'll probably, well, he'll battle at least for the opening day second base position. Although if they don't get rid of Castillo, the amount of money they're paying him, you would think they're going to have to give him a chance to battle for the opening day spot.
Yeah, he has shown he has a really good glove, but hasn't done much with the bat.
Softly hit left side. Jimmy Rollins' first opportunity, and his throw is in time to get Tejada. And the side is retired, but the Mets tack on 2 more with an opposite field home run by Carlos Beltran. So the Phillies have 3 outs to make up a 4-run deficit when we return. Assured themselves at least a tie in the National League East. Now, if the 2 teams happen to tie in the National League East, then the tiebreaker would be a 1-game playoff if one of the teams from the West is the wild card representative. If the East would represent the wild card, well, then they would go head-to-head to decide who would represent the National League East as the National League East champions. But there's a lot more to go, including the bottom of the 9th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. Jesus Feliciano is in the ballgame to play left field for the Mets. And as part of a double switch, Hisunori Takahashi is into his 50th game. He has 8 saves and 8 save opportunities. So Takahashi will bat 2nd, and Feliciano will bat 9th for the Mets. And it'll be Mike Sweeney first up for the Phils. And he will pinch hit for Danny Baez. So Mike Sweeney, who's never been to the postseason in his big league career. Talked about how good the Phillies bullpen has been. Well, the Mets bullpen today, no runs, 1 hit in 3 1/3. That's right, boys. You have 3 outs to grab your bats and to get things rolling here. Sweeney hitting .239 with a home run and 7 RBIs since being acquired from the Seattle Mariners. And this is a good pickup for a number of reasons. A good right-handed bat off the bench for the Phillies, particularly when the postseason rolls around. But it's his first at-bat since the 11th of September.
Yeah, that was the day he hit the double. It looked like it was going to be a home run and tie the game in New York. And the Phillies, that had been the last game they had lost before last night.
Yep.
And they haven't lost a series since they were swept by the Astros here.
In the air to right center field, not deep, playable for Pagan. And one away here in the ninth. So the Phillies down to their final 2 outs, and if they don't get something rolling here, their celebration will have to be on the road if and when they clinch the National League East.
The Braves go home and play Florida for 3 games. Phillies go to Washington, of course, for 3 games with the Nationals.
And you would figure, and this is the case every time we go down to D.C., there are going to be a lot of Phillies fans who will make their way down.
Especially with the potential situation that looks like it's on the way.
Yep. 1 out for Victorino. Roy Halladay, Roy Oswalt, and Joe Blanton, the scheduled starters for the Phils in a 3-game series. But we're not done yet here. Victorino, 1-out single. Placido Polanco's been on base twice today. A single in the 3rd, a walk in the 7th. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Phillies in the past 3 years have clinched, and this is in order, on the 1st of October, the 27th of September, and the 30th of September.
And a lot later in the week.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems like it's always been Saturday or Sunday.
At least the first 2.
Yeah, last year wasn't. It was what, Thursday? Wednesday.
It was a night game.
Yeah, it was against Houston. May have been Wednesday.
1-1 the count to Polanco. With a slice foul. Look at it.
Well, one thing they've been very good at in the last few years in postseason and also regular season is when they get into a game where they can clinch.
Yeah.
Now, this doesn't count right now because that just happened. I'm saying when the game starts and you know the end result is you can win.
They win usually.
They win.
Yeah.
You know, think of what they did with the Dodgers when they had to, what they did in the World Series, what they did with Milwaukee that year,
the Rockies,
right? So, you know, if you get into that tomorrow night, they're pretty good at it.
2-2 the count to Polanco. And the other point, too, is we mentioned the pitching matchups for the next few days. Roy Halladay does get the start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Three and 2.
You can hear the phone ringing in the Nats ticket office right now. But still, plays baseball to be played here with this team that is so good at coming from behind. And there's no clock in this game.
Here come the rally towels. 3 and 2 with 1 out for Polanco. In the air to center field. Another easy play for Beltran. And there are 2 outs.
He may have gotten himself out there. The pitch looked like it was high and up and in.
Well, and Victorino goes back to first. And the Phillies down to their final out.
See, you know, the close pitches today, who knows? Yeah, that should be ball 4. But if he takes it, who knows? So you can't blame him for swinging it. But it was high. I think.
Well, now Chase Utley. 1 for 3, a 3-run home run. That was really the only spark the Phillies had early in the game. And it seemed to really be a spark because it pulled the Phils to within 2. And it's 0-1.
This guy's doing a good job for him. A little bit we've seen of him. He comes in, he does throw a lot of strikes. His ball moves around. Whether he's a closer or not, well, he'll be in the mix, I guess, for the Mets next year.
9 saves and 9 opportunities. This isn't a save situation, but they're trying to win the series. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Chase.
He's kind of funky, too. You know, he hides the ball, comes across, does a little bit of crossfire, and he has that hesitation a lot of these Japanese pitchers have.
To the count to Chase. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, if they can get a couple base runners on, a couple more, with Victorino already on first, and get Jason Worth up there as a potential tying run. 1 week after winning a ball game against the Nationals. Checked his swing. 2-2. Here's Jason. Victorino will be off and running with this pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Chase with 20 RBIs here in September. There goes Victorino in the air to center field. That one's hit pretty well. Beltran going back. He has room, makes the catch, and the celebration will have to wait one more day for the Phillies. A month since they last lost a series. They lose a series to the New York Mets. And the Phillies will head to Washington, 6 games up over the Atlanta Braves. They've assured themselves at least a tie for the National League East title. Their magic number to clinch the outright NL East title for the 4th straight year is 1. And the celebration will have to be on the road. Takahashi gets the final 3 outs to secure the victory. Carlos Beltran, the Chevrolet player of the game, 3 for 5, a couple home runs, and 3 ribbies. And here are our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
Well, Carlos Beltran, who's been hurt, really struggling, pulled one out of the memory bank of a great player that he has been throughout his career. And he had one of those games today, hits home runs from both sides of the plate. One right-handed off Cole Hamels, and then one left-handed there off Ryan Madsen. That one really put the game away. A 2-run home run in the 9th, and he also made a tremendous play on a ball hit by Ross Gload. So great game today by Carlos Beltran. W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
So Fan Appreciation Day ends with a little disappointment.